Hello fellow gardeners, and welcome back to Smart Garden. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating debates in organic gardening, the ultimate microbe showdown between compost tea and worm tea. If you've been curious about these liquid gold elixirs that gardeners everywhere swear by, you're in exactly the right place. We're going beyond the surface-level claims and anecdotal evidence to explore what these brews actually do for your soil and plants, helping you make informed decisions that will transform your garden's health and productivity. Before we jump into the comparison, let's clear up a common misconception that trips up many gardeners. Compost tea and worm tea aren't simply liquid fertilizers that dump nutrients into your soil. While they do provide nutrition, their real magic lies in the living organisms they deliver. Think of them as probiotic drinks for your garden, teeming with beneficial bacteria, fungi, protozoa and nematodes that create a thriving underground ecosystem. These microscopic helpers do the heavy lifting of breaking down organic matter, cycling nutrients into forms your plants can actually absorb, and protecting roots from disease. When we talk about feeding the soil rather than just feeding the plant, these teas represent that philosophy in its purest, most practical form. Compost tea starts with finished compost, which itself is the product of thoroughly decomposed organic materials like kitchen scraps, yard waste, and aged manure. To create the tea, you steep this compost in water, and here's where the critical difference emerges: aeration. When you brew actively aerated compost tea using an aquarium pump or a similar device, you're cultivating aerobic microorganisms, the beneficial bacteria and fungi that thrive in oxygen-rich environments. This oxygenation prevents harmful anaerobic bacteria from taking over and ensures you're creating a brew packed with the good guys your garden needs. The microbial diversity in compost tea is truly remarkable. A well-made batch contains thousands of different species working in concert. These organisms excel at nutrient cycling, taking locked-up minerals and organic compounds in your soil and converting them into plant-available forms. They also improve soil structure by producing sticky substances that bind soil particles together, creating better drainage in clay soils and improved water retention in sandy soils. Perhaps most impressively, many of the microbes in compost tea actively suppress plant diseases by outcompeting pathogens for resources and space on leaf and root surfaces. Compost tea shines brightest when applied to established garden beds where you want to build long-term soil health. It works wonderfully as a foliar spray, coating leaves with a protective microbial shield, or as a soil drench that revitalizes tired, depleted growing areas. For gardeners working with larger spaces or looking to rehabilitate damaged soil over time, compost tea offers an affordable, scalable solution. However, quality matters tremendously. The tea is only as good as the compost you start with, and improper brewing can sometimes cultivate unwanted organisms. Worm tea takes the concept to an even more refined level. This brew is made by steeping worm castings, the extraordinarily rich end product of red wiggler worms digesting organic matter, in water, often with a bit of molasses added to feed and multiply the existing microbes. What makes worm casting special is the transformation that occurs as material passes through a worm's digestive system. Worms don't just break down organic matter, they enrich it with enzymes, beneficial bacteria, and their own unique microbial communities that colonize the castings. The resulting worm tea contains not just microorganisms but also valuable compounds like humic and fulvic acids. These natural chelators help plants absorb nutrients more efficiently and stimulate root growth. Worm tea is your go-to solution when plants need immediate support. It's incredibly effective for protecting vulnerable seedlings, easing transplant shock, and giving struggling plants a quick boost. The concentrated nature of worm castings means the tea packs more punch in smaller volumes. Because worm castings are produced under controlled conditions with consistent feedstock, the quality and safety of worm tea tends to be more reliable than compost tea made from variable materials. For gardeners growing vegetables destined for raw consumption, this consistency provides valuable peace of mind. So, which one truly reigns supreme? The honest answer is that they serve different purposes, and understanding their strengths helps you deploy them strategically. Compost tea excels at introducing massive microbial diversity across large areas, making it perfect for season preparation, ongoing soil building, and broad-spectrum disease prevention. If you're working with challenging soil that needs fundamental restructuring, or if you have extensive garden space to cover economically, compost tea is your champion. Worm tea, meanwhile, is your precision tool, the option when you need targeted, immediate results. Use it when transplanting tomatoes to prevent shock, spray it on cucumbers showing early signs of stress, or drench it around newly established fruit trees. The concentrated nutrient delivery and specialized enzymes make it ideal for giving plants exactly what they need in critical moments. The practical considerations matter too. Compost tea requires more equipment, pumps, buckets, and careful monitoring, but can be made from materials you might already be composting. Worm tea is simpler to brew but depends on having quality worm castings, which you'll either need to produce through vermicomposting or purchase. Time-wise, both take about 24 to 48 hours to brew properly, though compost tea demands more attention to aeration. Here's where experienced gardeners often smile knowingly. You don't have to choose just one. The most successful approach combines both teas synergistically. Build your soil's foundational health with regular compost tea applications throughout the growing season, introducing that broad microbial diversity. Then, deploy worm tea strategically for transplants during flowering and fruiting periods when nutrient demand spikes or whenever plants need emergency support. This combination gives you both the long game and the immediate response capabilities your garden needs to thrive. If you found this guide valuable and want more deep dive gardening insights like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Share this video with your fellow gardeners who've been wondering about these mysterious teas, and drop a comment below sharing your own experiences brewing and using compost or worm tea. Your real-world results help all of us grow better gardens together. Until next time, keep growing smart.